Hello and welcome back to Ode Talks Pens. Today I will be talking about the Pineider Psycho. Pineider names their pen models after movies, and this one is named after the Alfred Hitchcock classic Psycho. Does it remind me of the movie Psycho aesthetically? It does not, but I still think it's a very cool reference, one of my favorite movies and one of my absolute favorite pens. This pen is completely made of silver that was cast. It comes in 3 different colors, in gold, in completely black, and this rhodium plated one with black details. It's a limited edition, 88 out of each color, and this one is number 79 out of 88. The other finial has the Pineider logo, and the pen has a feather or quill shaped clip, which is hinged and works very well. There is a magnetic cap closure, and if you try to put it in the wrong way, it will spin around to the correct position. The cap is lined so that the nib won't dry out, and as you can possibly see, the cap is see-through, and so is the pen body, so I would not advise trying to eyedrop with this. This is a cartridge converter. I do not think this is the converter it came with, because I usually don't bother trying to find the exact one that the pen came with. But of course, the most important question is, how does it write? The Pineider Psycho has a 14 karat quill nib, and this one is a broad. I really like broad nibs. I rarely buy flexible nibs because I just don't have the patience for them. This one is a little bit flexible. This one gives a little bit of line variation, but not much because it is broad to begin with. It is a wet writer. And it does write a little bit in reverse. It writes smoothly in reverse, I have to say. The ink I've used today is Pilot iroshizuku Take-Sumi. I don't use black ink that often, but I have to say this pen is doing so much all by itself that I feel like putting a shocking pink ink in it would just sort of take away the focus from how lovely it is all in itself. But of course, it would look good with any color. The nib is very smooth, and it took a little bit of getting used to this bounce that it has, but with a little bit of practice and more use, I find it very comfortable to write with. A couple of quotes from the character Norman Bates in the movie Psycho. So what do I think of this pen? I find it to be the most gorgeous and beautiful and unique pen I have ever seen. The moment I saw it online, I knew that I had to have it. Some way or another. I would have to save up for it, or do whatever it took to get this. And I didn't know if that would even be a possibility. This pen retails now for about $2,000 or $3,000, which is in Norwegian kroner about 20 to 30,000. So it's a really expensive pen, but I do understand why, with all of the work that went into casting this beautiful three-dimensional shape. And I think things are worth what you are willing to pay for them. At least to a certain extent. That being said, I have heard that Pineider have had some difficulties with quality control on their nibs, but it has improved. This one was wrote perfectly right out of the box. What was a tiny issue was that when I bought this pen, I got a discount code. And I was really happy because that made it possible for me to consider buying it earlier than I would have expected. But when I received the pen, I received the gold color and not the rhodium plated one that I wanted. The gold colored pen is also, of course, very beautiful, but it wasn't the color I wanted. So I had to return it, and then I had to have a little bit of a discussion to get the same discount on my second order, as they considered it. But it all worked out, so I got the right color and the right nib width. If I were to buy it again, I would probably buy it with an extra fine or a fine nib to actually be able to see the line variation. And I have to say, I think this nib is gorgeous. With the Pineider logo, the stamp of the nib size, and yeah, some decorative scrolls, or what you want to call them. And then when I received the gold colored pen, there was a snorkel filler, a travel inkwell, some stationery, a very attractive box with, I assume, fake leather, with what I assume is a fake suede lining. And there were also there was also an ink bottle in the box. And even though I have enough ink, I still appreciate getting ink with new pens. But then when I returned the gold colored pen to receive the rhodium plated one, there was no ink in the box. Which is fine. As I said, I have more than enough ink, but it was still a disappointment that their quality control isn't really what I would expect for such an expensive item. Would I buy it again? Yes, absolutely. This pen is so beautiful that it is actually distracting to me. I find myself, when using it, just looking at it and just being fascinated with this three-dimensional pattern. It's just gorgeous. And I think it strikes just the right sort of balance between modern and a little bit classical. I have seen people online describe this pen as completely ostentatious and horrible looking, but I just find it so beautiful. And it also has a comfortable weight because it's made of silver. And it is a larger pen, I would say. Not huge by any means, but a larger than average pen. I can show it next to some other pens. This is a Walltown Pens Katzberg model. This is a Pilot Kakuno, and this is a Lamy All-Star. As you can see, it is quite comparable in size to the Lamy All-Star, but it is a bit heavier, and because the barrel is round, it also feels a little bit bigger. The cap posts also with a magnet, so and it's kind of strange because I consider the Lamy to be a medium-sized pen, but I still consider this one to be large, even though it's not much larger. Here is an uncapped comparison. So a comfortable size, also without posting it. So how do you feel about this pen? Do you think it's beautiful? Do you think it's too much? Believe me, I will not get offended by opinions about the pen, because my opinion will still stand for me, that I find it to be the most beautiful pen in my collection. When looking for other pens, I will usually always pick this up just to roll it around in my hands and to look at it, because it's just so elegant and interesting. If you couldn't tell by now, I really, really love this pen. I don't use it for everyday writing because it's just too expensive to bring on trips or to take with me when I travel. But I do really enjoy using it when I have the opportunity. And I really wish that I lived closer to a pen store so that I could try, for example, nib sizes and feel how they write before buying. But I'm still very happy with this purchase. I would love to own the black model of this as well. That's really not realistic because I'm sure I will never see another offer like the one I got on this pen. But this is more than enough. It really is. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, that you were entertained or got some useful information out of it. I hope that you'll consider liking this video and possibly subscribing to the channel. And please comment if you have anything you would like to share. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.